So, we have the Atlanta Hawks at home, where they have been actually pretty better against the Celtics, who have been, hey man, special. And Malcolm Brogdon won the Sixth Man of the Year, and he came out just as he does, usually off the bench, and was spectacular. And Marcus Smart knocks it down, and they had like 8 or 9 3-pointers in this first quarter. They were knocking down everything, and it was crazy. But the Hawks were still right in this game, and it was great to see them just, lean into the offense. Sadiq Bey finally knocks one down, as he wasn't great in Boston, but in Atlanta, he looked kinda great, right? And the Hawks just said, hey man, we're gonna win on offense either way. And they lean into the offense, and it was John Collins from the corner making it splash and giving the Hawks a lead. Here's my boy Vít Krejci, always being the one positive out there. Shout out to him for being the best cheerleader, and he's gonna get playing time next year. Capella tips it in and gives the Hawks a 14-point lead there, but the Celtics weren't gonna go down without a fight here, and they fought back pretty quickly since this was a fast up and down game. Jaylen Brown gets an easy dunk here in transition. Quinn Snyder calls timeout, and we were tied once again, but the Hawks were better in the lanes, got more hands on the balls, and ran some different plays here. And here's Jalen Johnson on the take. He was spectacular here, and it was great to see. I like a lot of the rookies on the Hawks. They have a lot of potential, and I see a lot of potential in them. Here's Grant Williams stepping it back and knocking it down, making it a 7-point lead for the Hawks heading into the fourth quarter. And it was a tight game, but Trae Young with Onyeka Okongwu, they have opened up the lane for him more, and he was getting to this floater kind of course, scoop layups range, and it was great because he got going here in the fourth quarter, and he was goddamn spectacular. And here, over the Hawks legend, hits the tough sidestep back 3-pointer. Holy shit, I wish I could pronounce properly, but he was goddamn awesome, and it was great to see Trae Young just go off. And here he hits the floater, and the Hawks have a 5-point lead with 45 seconds to go. And they leaned into the offense, ran some different sets for Trae to get him more open here in the lane, and it goddamn worked tonight. It was great, and Jaylen Brown got a pretty good look here, but he misses long, and the Hawks get it done as they win at home and make this actually a series, which makes me happy because Game 4 will now be wide open. The Hawks have, essentially leaned into this offense even more, and with, them getting way more to the paint, where they gotten dominated in the first 2 games, and they dominated tonight in the paint, it could be more interesting. And of course, you need the bench to continue to play like they played tonight, because Okongwu was great. He was just spectacular, great rollman, even though he was in foul trouble. He was great with Trae out there. Jalen Johnson knocked down his shots. He was really good and had 4 assists. Also, Sadiq Bey was 15 and 8 off the bench with 5 of 7, which is great. And Bogdanovic made some incredibly tough shots, 15 points for him off the bench. Spectacular production, right? And Trae Young, effective, efficient, 54% from the field, 32, 6 and 9. Great game from Trae. Still some dumb turnovers, and you're just like, man. But he was great, and he showed up in that fourth quarter big time. And I loved, like I said, the sets they ran for him to get him more open into the lane with the more mid-range shots, more floaters, more easier layups. It was great. I thought that was just spectacular. DeJounte also was really solid, 25, 6 and 5 tonight. And, DeAndre Hunter and John Collins, they weren't bad at least, but I think these two will be traded in the offseason or something will happen, but we'll see. Maybe they'll step up this series and the Hawks will upset the Celtics. Who knows? I would love to see it, because why not, right? The Celtics, on the other hand, they, of course, didn't defend properly well. They shot 48 3-pointers, made 21 of them, but they got really cold in that second half, it felt like, from the 3-point line, and they weren't aggressive enough to the hole, I felt like. Of course, they couldn't get any stops, they couldn't grab any rebounds. They were, the Hawks once again were crashing the boards a lot, and which gave them a huge nod over the Celtics, who had just 29 rebounds, which is just way too low, especially when you get out-rebounded by almost 20 rebounds, right? So, a huge shout out to the Hawks for getting to the glass like that. And Jaylen Brown will need to have more than 1 rebound. He wasn't good tonight, didn't even go to the lane much, wasn't, aggressive enough tonight, I felt like. Of course, he was in foul trouble, which doesn't help, but man, you still need to be a little more aggressive. But of course, the foul trouble bails him out, kinda, right? But Derek White played spectacular in game 1 and 2. Wasn't as good tonight. Also in foul trouble, so that helped the Hawks. Marcus Smart taking the second most shots on the team, even though he actually knocked a lot of them down, right? I think that's a good thing for the Hawks, right? You would much rather have 19 shots from Marcus Smart than having Brogdon, having Hauser, Williams, White, Tatum, and Brown beat you. So, interesting, truly interesting. I'm excited to see how the Celtics adjust. Can Robert Williams play more minutes? Maybe, but he was kinda not great tonight. Wu will step up with the rebounding. Al Horford had just 4 rebounds. Pretty much everyone needs to step up with the rebounding, so will be interesting to watch. And I did not expect them to lose in this series after the first 2 games, and will be truly intrigued by how they respond in I'm not sure when the next game is played. Maybe on Sunday, I'm pretty sure. So the Hawks are making this a series. I don't think they can win this series, but hey, if they push it to 6 or 5 or 7, I mean, why not, right? The Celtics let them back into this, so I can't wait to see game 4 and how it shapes out.